You're listening to short inspirations from Ralph. Roots of Life, Part 3. There's another major issue that's rampant in our world today, and this issue can take root in our lives and stop us in our tracks. It's called blame shifting. No one likes to accept responsibility for their actions. And the problem with blaming others is that a person never gets restored or healed, because the very basis for new life is that a person really does accept responsibility for their own actions, and from that forgiveness flows. From that restoration comes, and a new day comes. People have a natural inclination to say someone else did it, my poor upbringing, or I was justified because that person did this to me, or they are rich and I am poor, so I have a right to steal. They are the oppressors and I am the oppressed, so I have a right to behave this way. The root or the start of this blame shifting also comes from the Garden of Eden, where Eve was deceived and ate the fruit and then gave it to her husband. And when God talked to them and found them out, the husband said, Eve gave it to me, it was her fault. And then Eve said, the devil deceived me, it was the devil's fault. That's where all this comes from. I read about Al Capone, America's most notorious public enemy, the most sinister gang leader who ever shot up Chicago, responsible for over 200 murders. This is what he said: I have spent the best years of my life giving people the lighter pleasures, helping them have a good time, and all I get is abuse, the existence of a hunted man. He actually regarded himself as a public benefactor, an unappreciated and misunderstood person. Murderer Two Gun Crowley said this: under my coat is a weary heart, but a kind one that would do nobody any harm. He was a murderer, he was a crook, and his life was ended by execution. The story is told that one day Frederick the Great, the King of Prussia, visited a prison and talked with each of the inmates. There were endless tales of innocence, of misunderstood motives, and of exploitation. Finally, the king stopped at the cell of a convict who had remained silent. Well, remarked Frederick, I suppose you're an innocent victim too. No, sir, I'm not, replied the man. I'm guilty and deserve my punishment. Turning to the warden, the king said, here, release this rascal before he corrupts all these fine innocent people in here. One of the most remarkable scriptures in the Old Testament to do with repenting or owning up or taking responsibility for your own actions is in 2 Chronicles 7:14. It says this: if my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray and seek my face, and here it is, and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin and heal their land. Remarkable. Here's a key scripture in Proverbs 28:13. Whoever conceals his transgressions will not prosper. Wow. But he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. There's another scripture that says this: God resists the proud and gives grace to the humble. Humility means that I will own up to my actions. Humility means that I will bring everything to the light, to God, and He will forgive you of your sin and deal with the darkness. God bless you.